It's the CJDT Happy DTing at Home show.
Hello and welcome to CJDT Happy DTing at Home, the podcast where we bring practical creativity into your living room, kitchen table or garden shed. I'm your host, Charlotte, a maker, educator and fellow parent, and I'm joined here today by...
Hello!
Hi, Helen!
That's me, Helen. She's still here.
I'm really pleased you're able to come back.
And I do have to say that last time we was in a hot place.
Oh my
gosh. And we had the fan on. And
That's
today
right.
we are freezing with the heating on.
Yes, there's still a noise in the background.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was so hot.
It was so hot.
And obviously that was before the summer, and now, at the start of summer. Now we've had the summer break and we're back. And you're right. Today, yesterday was the first day of autumn, and today the temperature has most definitely
It was cold.
dropped.
Yes.
But you know what would warm you up?
What?
Doing a spot of woodwork.
Yes, let's get down to some woodwork. I love it.
So today we're going to look at woodwork for extreme beginners.
Lovely.
Extreme
That's
beginners. Brilliant. Okay, so woodwork for extreme beginners. Today we are going to look at the safety aspects that you need to consider, how to try and minimise the risks, tools and space that you're going to need, and give you some projects to start with. This is actually, I forgot to say, it's quite exciting because this is part one of a two-parter episode.
Two-parter, you don't get rid of us that easily. It's a two-parter episode.
And in the second episode, we're going to look at woods and finishes and a few other bits and pieces. I'll tell you more at the end. Okay, so today's episode, safety and minimising risks.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's break it down.
Okay, so safety first. Okay, so I had to pause it for a second then because we're doing health and safety, Helen, and my hair was down.
No, it needs to be up. It needs to be tied up, put away.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start right there with health and safety. First of all, you've got to look the part. You've got to have your hair tied back if it's long, and you've got to have your eye protection. That's really good especially if you're doing anything with hammers or nailing and bits that are flying off. And drilling. You need to have your eye protection.
And you couldn't have these on your sweatshirt. These tassels.
Oh
hanging
yeah, no, I saw
when you
no flapping, dangling clothes. No point doing DT or woodwork with long flappy sleeves. Definitely make sure they're either not wearing them or sleeves rolled up so they're out the way. Shoes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the amount of people that try and do woodwork with sandals or open-toed shoes on flip-flops. Just not good. You
no.
definitely need to protect those.
Making my toes cold just thinking about it. Protect those toes, cover them up.
Absolutely. I often say, I recommend you wearing an apron. That's not only to keep your flappy clothes out of the way, like your dangly bits from your hoodies and stuff, but it also protects your clothes as well. Yeah, so that's just a good idea. And then there's so many health and safety things. But other than the way that you look, you need to have the room looking good too. Or your work.
You don't want to fall over bits when you're carrying a saw or a screwdriver or something like that.
That's it. You've got to have your work area nice and clear, tidy, workspace, have it tidy. Quite often when I'm teaching woodwork, people want to sit down and do woodwork. I'm like, no sitting down whilst doing woodwork.
That would be difficult.
I know, but also imagine if you're cutting through a piece of wood, when you get to the last bit of that wood and the saw goes flying down, if you're sitting, that's gonna get your knees.
Yeah, chop my leg off.
Yeah. Hopefully not quite so extreme, but yeah.
Well, just, it's always best to be prepared at the end of the day.
That's it. You want to be standing. And you want to make sure your table area is nice and clean, not too many tools out. In fact, I really recommend, especially when you first start out, just having one tool out at a time, because you as the adult in charge will feel safer and more in control as to what's happening. And there's no chance of it, things falling on the floor because the table's getting cluttered, and try and rummage through things.
Because the screwdriver could roll off into the floor, into your foot, in your sandals.
Yes, and definitely don't wear those sandals. Really be sensible about it. I mean, if you install in your child to only do obviously woodwork when there's an adult in the room, because they might know where the tools are and think, well, we've gone through the health and safety, I'm just going to crack on. Make sure that they know that there has to be an adult in the room.
Oh, yeah.
And also, the adult should be awake. I mean,
not asleep. That is,
No.
you know. Yeah, you carry on child, with your woodwork. I'll have a little sleep in the corner.
So definitely someone who's aware that they're doing woodwork.
Yes.
That's a good tip.
It is important.
But there's loads of things that we could say about health and safety, but there's a lot that we could go through here. They're the basics. So
Don't forget that there's a video. Remember, you've got that
oh
video
yes, on YouTube.
that you can watch on YouTube. We'll put that link in the comments.
Absolutely.
So you can do that. And also, there is a health and safety pack
Oh yes.
to do with the children. You can buy it through the website. Our website is
Yes. Tell us what the address is.
CJDT Happy DTing.co.uk. We will also put that up so you can see
We'll
too.
put a link in the
Yes, we'll
comments
put a link
below,
for that
or the
too.
information
so
below.
that would be, because there are a lot of health and safety things. We don't want to bore you with all of them like this. So having the pack so you can see them I think it's always better to see them in front of you written down. It's always a good idea.
Absolutely.
And watch the video.
And I have to say, the one thing I really have noticed with doing woodwork with children that are as young as 4, right through to adults, is if you explain to them that this is a saw, it's sharp, if you touch this part here, you're going to hurt yourself. Doesn't matter what age. I've noticed that they take it on board and they respect the tools. So you have to teach that respect by letting them know what the dangers are. I've always been very impressed with how children, no matter what age, they listen to that information.
They respect it,
They do, definitely.
And woodwork is fun. You don't want to completely scare them, but as long as they know the safety things, woodwork is fun.
Absolutely. Right. Tool time.
Tools. There are many.
There are so many. But you know what? When you get the right combination, you can have some great fun at home.
Have fun. So we're going to break it down now.
Break it
to
down.
these tools that we have laying out on our desk.
Yeah, so obviously you can't see this at home, but I will take a picture, and hopefully if I can get the pictures up on the podcast, you'll be able to see them.
Of course you can.
So there's a few here, and I think the first one that we will start with are the saws, because you can't do cutting of the wood if you haven't got the saws. So Helen is holding
A coping saw.
a coping saw and a
Junior hacksaw.
Right, okay, so the junior hacksaw is one that we'll start with. It's a really nice little saw. You can buy them from about... Good sound effect. Okay, stop cutting my table. So you can buy junior hacksaws from about £2 all the way up to about £12-15. I mean, like, you can buy the deluxe version. If you're just starting off and you just want to kind of get into it, you can buy one for just a couple of quid and they will do a good job.
Lovely.
The thing you want to look out for is a nice comfy handle.
That looks nice.
That-
I can get my
That is...
full grip round there.
Yeah, it's a good one. But you can get ones that have got a really metal handle that are a little bit more uncomfy.
This one's a plastic handle.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Yeah,
It's comfy.
It's nice and comfy.
Yeah.
And junior hacksaws are really good if you want to cut a straight line. You have got more sophisticated saws that you can buy, but when you start buying the bigger, better ones, the element of danger starts getting greater.
Like the one we used last week.
Yeah, we had a tenon saw.
Tenon saw. That was...
Yeah, we were making
the
a nice. We were making a good project with it, but
Yes.
it definitely was more dangerous
Yes.
than a junior hacksaw.
Yes.
So keep simple and it will be safe. So you have a junior hacksaw. The other saw that we've got was the coping saw.
This has... This, you can see the teeth more on the coping saw.
Yeah, so it's a thinner blade. It's not as wide, and that is so. Obviously, I said about you can cut straight lines with a junior hacksaw. With the coping saw, you can cut curves. And if you've ever had a lesson with me before, you will have heard me say, coping saws cut curves in wood and plastic. And that is exactly what you use with it. You've got a nice big U-bend here, so a nice deep throat, we would say, so that you can actually cut quite deep into the wood and get some nice shapes coming out of it.
Is that why the teeth are further apart? Because it's going to go around corners?
No, it's just the blade that's in there at the moment.
Okay.
But it is a good one for cutting through and getting nice curves on it. You see that one's a lot thicker on the junior hacksaw than it is on the coping saw. Obviously, you guys at home can't see that. So the junior hacksaw is about 1 centimetre thick, I'd say. And the coping saw is only about 3 or 4 millimetres thick. So, well, I'd say 3 millimetres. It's not very thick at all. Anyway, I will try and include some pictures. Right, okay, so when you're using a junior hacksaw, a bit of safety. Did you know, Helen, that junior hacksaws...
I've been holding it wrong all this time.
Yeah, but don't worry, I wasn't going to pick up on that at the moment. But junior hacksaws are actually safer to use than a pair of scissors.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will go, no, I'm not using a saw, that's so dangerous. But you'd give your children scissors. Okay, so picture this. You're cutting a piece of paper. How do you hold the piece of paper?
Like this.
In your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then where are the scissors?
In my other hand.
And you quite often cut towards the hand that is holding the paper.
Yeah.
And if you misjudge, you could end up cutting your hand.
Yes.
Wherefore, if you're doing woodwork using a junior hacksaw, one hand is on the saw and the other hand goes behind your back. So, therefore, you can't cut yourself. Okay, so, and with the coping saw, both hands are on the handle. So, again, you're not going to be cutting yourself, because other really important health and safety rule is you mustn't hold the wood that you're cutting. I have seen people try to do that. You need to use something to hold the wood for you. Right, so what have we got here?
We've got a G cramp.
Yes, oh my gosh, yay!
Yeah, and a vice.
Yes, a mini vice. So
it's a mini vice, but listen, it's heavy.
Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Okay, so give us a rattle of the G cramp. Okay. I got excited about it being called a G cramp because people quite often get it wrong and they say it's a G clamp. Yes, it clamps, but it's actually a cramp. It cramps things together. Ideas for projects to start you off.
Yes.
Right, okay, so we've gone through the tools and I'm not going to start with the saws. I'm going to say let's start with some projects for the hammer.
With a hammer.
Hammer time. do, 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 do. Do, do. Right, okay. So, projects for hammering.
Yeah.
Grab yourself a lovely big...
Piece of oak.
No.
Pine.
No. Pumpkin.
What? Pumpkin? We're doing woodwork.
I know. Okay, so in reality, doing woodwork, you can't always get your hands on wood. And if you can, maybe it's such a nice piece of wood, you wouldn't want to actually just wreck it practicing hammering skills.
Right, okay.
So this is a really good project, not for like making something particular, but just practicing the art, the skill of hammering.
And getting used to the holding the hammer.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And learning how heavy you have to whack it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a more better technical term, but
Mainly it's just tap.
It is tapping it. It is.
It's quite a heavy one anyway.
Yeah, because if you go too heavy-handed, you can smash your wood or smash the pumpkin that you're going to be using. Also, you've got to think about levers. If you hold something nearer the top, like the hammer nearer the top, you're going to have to do a lot more work than if you're holding it at the bottom and you've got that's it. So there's not much of a swing. But at the bottom, there's a bigger swing. You can get a bit more power behind it, as you can hear, Helen.
Swing, yes.
Doing my table again. But it is on the bench hook, so I'll allow that. Okay, so you get yourself a nice big pumpkin. You also get yourself some golf tees, or maybe nails or panel pins, but I would say maybe some nails with round heads, because you've got a bit of a nice thing to be hitting. But panel pins are okay as well. Golf tees, as I say, you can whack. Buttons, so you get the button and you get a little panel pin or a nail with a round head. And you put the nail through the button, put it up against the panel pin, the pumpkin, and then bash it in with the hammer. And you could make a little funny face with the buttons and things like that.
It's a different way that they can decorate their pumpkins this year as
well. It is, yeah.
It could be, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Then put it out on display, because obviously we are in autumn. It is the time for having nice pumpkin displays outside the front of your house. You could do cookie cutters.
And hold it carefully, an adult to help you, and
bash with a hammer.
And then it will cut out that shape.
That absolutely. Have to be metal cookie cutters.
Oh, definitely.
That I would suggest for older children.
Yes,
as it can get a little bit tricky. But yes, so if you haven't got buttons, you could use hammer beads. Most people have got hammer beads, or pony beads.
Pony beads?
Yeah, they're just beads. Well, they're like beads that you just thread to make a bracelet. But they're slightly chunkier. So they're easier to hold because you don't want to have any accidents hitting your fingers. Hammer beads is a little bit trickier to line it all up. Yeah, because they're so tiny.
Yeah, you could have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, you can also cut shapes out of craft foam, Eva foam, and hammer that in place. You could do bottle lids, although do make sure they're not very thick bottle lids, because otherwise it's disheartening to try and break through the plastic. I tell you what a good thin plastic lid is: Pringle pot lids. They're not very thick plastic, so you hammer through those quite quickly. So yeah, you just grab a mixture of bits and pieces and decorate your pumpkin, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. It looks awesome.
Lovely.
Yeah,
so do that.
For more ideas of what to make with the hammering, I'm gonna in the pack that you can get off the website. There's some project ideas in there. Otherwise, if you go onto somewhere like Pinterest and put in simple hammering projects, it comes up with quite a few different ideas, from hammering pictures. They're good fun. Hammer pictures, wrap the wall round them, to making little fairy ladders and things.
So you'd use either your panel pins, or your nails for that.
Absolutely.
And so panel pins, they are the smaller ones.
They're slender,
slender.
Yeah.
So when you get, like, say, an IKEA bookcase and you have to put the backing panel on, you get those little pins that you have to bang in. That's pins.
They're less visible. So and they're less likely to split the wood.
Oh, that's why they use them then, to put all the backing on.
That's it.
Okay, and nails, they are thicker, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And you get round head nails, which got quite a nice top on them, which stops things from slipping up off of them and things like that. Right. Okay. So
can I just ask, why in your notes have you got pegs? Written, and why is there this peg on the table?
Can you make us a peg noise? Right, I don't know if you heard that. Okay, so there is a peg on the table because when you are hammering nails and you're just starting...
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, you don't necessarily feel confident about holding the nail in your hand and not hitting yourself. So what I suggest you do, you can get a clothes peg, and they have little holes in them, and you just simply put your nail through the peg hole.
What a good idea.
You hold the end of the peg so your fingers are well away from, you're not actually holding the nail, and then you can hit the nail, it holds it in place, and your fingers are out of the way. You're less likely to hurt yourself.
Oh, that is a top tip.
Top tip! So next, some ideas for drilling.
Drilling?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good sound effect. Not on my table. So with the drilling, obviously you can have a lump of wood, drill some holes in it, put pencils in. Pencil holder.
Oh, okay.
Job done. Easy peasy. But you can also, because it is autumn...
What?
Conkers.
Drill into conkers.
And
hold them with a vice.
Hold them with a vice, mini vice, and or you can push them up against the bench hook if you have one. And what you can do is drill your holes and then thread some string, and you can make a conker snake or...
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, or if you get really inventive, a conker person gets a little bit more tricky with threading. But
and if they do, that would be good to see their pictures of that.
I'd love that. If you can
Yeah.
share the pictures over on
that's good.
CJDT Happy DTing's Facebook page,
Yes.
we'd love to see
Go
that.
and collect your conkers.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, lots of opportunity.
Nice one. So yeah, there's lots of things you can drill holes in and thread bits through. You can do like even just a flat piece of wood and a threading lace, drill lots of holes and then thread the lace up and down and make a picture. Or alternatively, you can buy some dowel, which is long, thin wood. So you drill the hole and then you can push the dowel into it to
attach something else to it.
Yeah. So you could either put wheels through, like for a car, wheels, but the axle could be the dowel, or I'll try and put some pictures up while we're talking about this. But if you look into making a wood stand for your tablet or a reading book, then you can drill holes, put the dowel in, and the dowel will help your reading book or your tablet stand up. Yeah, but I'll try and put some pictures of that. But if not, go onto Pinterest and look up simple woodwork tablet stands.
Good idea.
Yeah. And then finally, the saws. Something to make with the saws. Okay, so
it's the table again, sorry. that was the coping saw. Different sound to the hacksaw. See?
my face, if you could see it.
She's not happy.
Says 1,000 words. Right, okay, so sawing. It depends what wood you can get your hands on, but just simple sawing to start with, whether it be cutting a little piece of wood and drilling a hole through it to make a key fob to go on your key rings, or you could make a photo frame or some bunting. You can cut the triangles for the bunting and then drill the holes and then thread it through. You paint them and make them all beautiful.
You could make a little one for your door with your name on it.
Oh my gosh, I'd like that. Oh, name, you can make a little plaque, name sign. You can make little robots, and then you could cut the bits for the robot from just a thin length of wood, but then use things like nails and maybe dowel to thread on the arms and add decoration, make robot face and stuff.
And can I just say, you have here a sanding.
Yeah, so this is
we haven't talked about.
No,
that.
we haven't. So glass paper, sandpaper, people call it, but glass paper or sanding blocks. They are awesome. This is where they come into their own. When you're cutting that wood, if it's gone a bit prickly, do warn the children that the edge of the wood would become prickly, but also encourage them to get the sanding blocks and glass paper to just
sand it down. But also, last week we were using some wood and it just looked terribly dirty.
Yeah.
And so we cut the pieces that we needed, still looking all dirty. And then we just sanded them and they look like a brand new piece of wood.
It's amazing.
Don't disregard any wood if you think, oh no, that looks too shabby. No, you can make it look lovely.
Absolutely. That is a really good point. And, you might have had a piece of wood sitting under, a hidden dirty corner for a while. It's built up a bit of muck, but it really will come back to life.
It will come back to life.
Good point. Right, okay, so there's quite a few projects. Oh, did I mention clocks? I can't remember if I did.
Clocks? No, you didn't talk about clocks.
Yeah, you could make a nice little shape out of a piece of wood for a clock face.
Yeah.
Drill a hole through. You can buy the mechanisms off of Amazon.
Oh my
just
goodness.
thread it through. And
you're going to have so much fun.
Oh, I know.
Let your ideas flow.
Woodwork is so much fun.
Wow. And it doesn't have to be hard.
No, it really doesn't. It really
Start
doesn't.
simple.
Absolutely. Do you know what? We've actually run out of time for this episode. We're going to have to
we've covered a
call it a
lot.
day. We have. We've covered your health and safety. We've covered your work area.
Your
Tools. A couple of projects to get you started.
Yes.
And there's still so much we can talk about.
Yes, we'll have to do another episode.
We'll have to do another episode.
See you soon.
See you soon. Join us next time for some more CJDT Happy DTing at home.